What's up, ninjas? My name is Sam World, and in your production career, after some grueling years of grinding, you might get your first track signed where the label will probably ask for a radio edit. And at that point, you will die a little bit inside because it just took you like forever to finish the intro and the outro of your track. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing just that with a track I just got signed to one of my favorite labels called Groove Bassment. Now, radio edits as an artist are crucial as the attention span of our listeners is getting smaller by the day. You want to cut down on the unnecessary fluff that you added in your track in order to hype the crowd up while still honoring the idea of your original track. So for this track, we decided to do a 45-second intro, which usually will relate to 24 bars. So the first thing that's going to go is actually going to be the 25-second intro. Now, in Ableton, we have this shortcut called Command-Shift-X, which will delete all of the time and push it back. So that way, you know, you save precious time. You can spend that time watching things that matter. Now for this track, I want to go straight to the break because the break is actually my favorite part of the song. And it's the part that I feel most people will connect with. It's the story in the break that makes that drop worth it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to highlight this area and do Command-I. Now as I'm doing this, notice that I don't have my locked automation button on. I want all the automations to move freely. If this was locked, all my automations stay locked in place. So now that I have this, I'm going to have this empty gap. So what I usually like to do for my tracks is do a reverse. Depending on the song you have, you can do a reverse vocal, a reverse crash. This would be a good example of something I could use. I even have these vocal chops. So I'm going to open up a new channel with Command-T. I'm going to highlight the beginning phrase or the beginning word. And I'm going to Command-T that. Now here you can either one, decide to go really fast and use the Ableton reverb. I'm going to go maybe a high decay on this. Okay, once I have some with that, I personally don't like the highs on this, so I'm going to do a bit of a cut on the input filter as the input filter is going to EQ the vocal as it comes in. That's more my kind of vibe. And then just to make things fast, I will freeze this and I will flatten it as well, which is pretty much printing. That's terminology for some engineers, or bouncing or reverse it into itself like so. Sounds sexy, right? So as you can see here, we have about 4 bars. So maybe we can grab this and put it there and lay it on her or lay it on him. We're going to get out of automations mode and we're going to... I feel like we need to EQ it better and we need to add some automations to it to sell it a bit better. It sounds a little too rusty. So in the label ain't going to have that. So we're going to just grab this EQ maybe, go high. A lot better. And now we're going to add some of the reverb. Now I'm a huge believer in return tracks. If you want a professional sound, you want everything to sound notch, use return tracks, please. Do this for yourself. Don't be the guy that says you don't need return tracks because you ain't old, dog. You need return tracks. I swear, man. It makes everything cleaner. And look, now I can add the reverb for my vocal and for my synths and everything into this, which again, I'm a reverb freak, so let's do it. Okay, so from here in this track, we have a very beautiful break led by what I want to make my signature sound, which is the Moog Matriarch sounding matriarchy. So we have a build up from there, which is pretty short. So I don't think we need to shorten that. One of the advices I got from XY, who's a collaborator on this track, build up on the second break is a little too long. So we're going to crop that in half. So I believe the part we want to crop, and the reason we're cropping this is because the story can be told in a shorter format. It's going to be one of those moments which is more for the club. If anyone decides to play this track, please, I know all you fuckers DJ, come on, support your boy. We're going to chop all the way to here. And again, all we have to do is Command-Shift-X. like James Bond, dude. That's what's up. All right, from there, obviously it feels a little rushed, and the easy fix for this is just to take our time. Maybe do this, and then do that, and then that should work there. So let's try this. There we go. Yes. Now, ever since I was a kid, I love running. So with my drops, I try to make them longer, and I try to make the C part of the drop always be more energetic than everything before it. It's something that you see in most of my tracks. And those are cool, you know. I'm going to leave that. And then on the last drop, I decided to do my favorite thing, which is fast-paced vocals or bass. Fast-paced action with the vocals finally climaxing. As a kid, I used to listen to Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and when the vocals would come back on that last part and it would like climax, is my favorite part. But for the radio edit, I'm gonna get rid of it. So this is how we have it right now. And so this beautiful part that I love is sadly going to go away. In fact, everything above this is going to get scrapped. It's like putting a bag over it. Okay, and obviously the way this ends is not so good. So what XY told me to do and what he suggested was to add the Lay It On Me vocal at the end, which I thought was genius. It brings it around really well. Okay. Now, getting to that here is obviously kind of shoddy if you think about it, because we got the build up here, and then we just get the Lay It On Me vocal. So I still want to have a little bit of that vocal thing I like, you know, like the NSYNC effect. So we can do a modification with the hook and stuff that we have over here. So we can maybe grab this, because this seems like it would work better on the drop. It doesn't have too much melody, so I don't have to harmonize with it. Shit, there it is. Okay, cool. And obviously we want to fix this right here. So there's a couple ways we could do fades, where it's like maybe like, you know, have a little baby in there. Yeah, there you go, baby. That's good. Yeah. Okay. So with that, we have the track under 3 minutes, which the label was like, it needs to be under 3 minutes. Why, man? My beautiful fucking... But from there, depending on your song, you might go different routes. Like you could start with maybe like a part of the drop, but maybe use only like 4 bars. And the thing you want to think about is what about your track is memorable, and highlight that, as that's what's going to allow people to be held down by your music. I suggest, since we're in the world of Spotify and in the world of low attention span, you adapt and you try and put the hook, if you can, in the beginning. You can start with the kick and the bass too. That is a hook in its own right. Now the track isn't out yet, but you guys can hear Can I Ask You, which is the same formula as this one. Very melodic break, very fast paced drop. Since I'm not a DJ, I just want to get you the feels and the breaks and make you haul ass on the treadmill on the drops. Now if you're a tech house DJ and you're making it your mission to stay relevant and adapt to the new sounds being used, make sure to watch this video to check out this new Medusa lead, which is in a weird hybrid Swedish house. It might be a collab with Dom Dollar, but in that video we break down the sounds that make that song what it is, and the vocal and the effects the vocal uses to keep the drop interesting. With that being said, if you want to support the channel, make sure to head over to evilsounds.com where you can find all of my sound design work. You guys have a great day and a happy day producing.